for. But I don't know. I certainly, if you'd played that Alex Jones clip for me in 1999, I would have been, and I did see Alex Jones clips in 1999. And then in later years where he was talking about Building 7, and I was very offended. I was like outraged that he would be suggesting that there was something about 9/11 that wasn't above board, that there were, things we didn't know that were being hidden from us. And I was like mad at Alex Jones for saying that. I remember that really well. How dare you?
The Building 7 one is wild.
Well, it is wild. It is wild. I mean, I have all I know is 21, I don't even know what year it is, 23 years? Could it really be 23 years after 9/11? 23 years later. What's the justification for classifying any document around 9/11? There's no justification.
Well, the same justification in classifying the documents about the Kennedy assassination.
Well, exactly, 61 years later.
Yeah, or releasing the COVID vaccine data 75 years later.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's, of course, look, secrecy is different from privacy. Privacy is necessary for the dignity of this. Why you've got a door in the bathroom in your bedroom, right? You need privacy. You need private thoughts. We have no privacy whatsoever. None. No privacy at all, thanks to the iPhone and government spying on us all. So there's no privacy, but there's massive secrecy. Secrecy is different. Secrecy abets lying. The only reason to have secrecy is in order to do something that you're ashamed of other people knowing about. That's immoral and probably illegal. And there's more secrecy than ever. And that means that there's more lying than ever. There are more crimes being committed than ever. That's the surest sign of it. Why are there a billion classified federal documents in a so-called democracy? Because they're lying to us. That's why. But 9/11, what is the justification for that? I don't know the answer. I really don't know the answer. But there is one. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's not methods and sources. You think it's methods and sources? Trying to protect their Saudi sources? I don't think so.
The wildest thing about Tower 7 is that if you just say it looks like a controlled demolition, people get mad at you.
Why?
Well, I don't know.
Well,
because I'm not saying that it is a controlled demolition, but I'm saying if you watch it, it looks like a controlled demolition.
But that happens all the time. Buildings catch fire and they just implode in on themselves. I think it happens every week, right? All these poultry plants and manufacturing plants that keep getting burned through fire. They all
it's the way it went down.
Yeah. So I say, why do they respond that way? And of course, I responded that way. And I think looking back, the reason that I did was because if you call that into question, you had to ask a lot of other really obvious questions you didn't want to deal with. And you might arrive at the conclusion that a lot of your most basic assumptions are false and that you've been had. And it's just too destabilizing, maybe.
Right. Well, the real problem with Tower 7 is they go, well, okay, if it was a controlled demolition, how was that engineered? Did they just decide to do that before September 11th? And you know how long it would take to rig a building like that?
Right.
Or was it built into the building? And how would they know it would even work? And how would they do something like that? And how would there not be a record of it being built into the building? For someone to engineer
and where's
the
the sound
collapse
signature
of a tower
on the tape? There would be a sound of the explosions going
bang,
on.
bang, 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 bang.
Which is a fair question.
Yeah, so a lot of fair questions. And has there ever been a building that experienced a tremendous amount of damage because two enormous skyscrapers fell right next to it, damaged it, and then massive fires started, and then there's diesel generators that are in the basement, so they have all this fuel, so they have this incredible inferno in the basement that weakens the structure. And is that why it collapsed? Maybe.
Totally possible.
Yeah.
A lot of building engineers disagree with that, as you know.
Yeah.
And they don't think that could have happened in the way you just described. I'm agnostic on it. What I know, because I don't know the answer, and I have no way of knowing, all I know is that there's no justification for keeping those documents secret that I can think of. And if there is, tell us what it is. No one has bothered because nobody presses. And it's, I'll add that to the list of outrages.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then it gives you this feeling of helplessness because there's so many of those. They just pile on. And there's always another one.
Well, the U.S. government spied on me, broke into my phone and spied on me, and I couldn't get a straight answer to that. And I'm not a felon. And
not only that, they got